So what am I keeping in my cup? Keeping a lot of coffee in the cup so I can keep up, hoping that someone comes out and says that wine will destroy the virus so we can just handle it that way.
Yes.
That's it, really. Just trying to stay sane and not cuss at the TV too much. So lately, we've just been binging on a lot of Netflix and movies, and discussing some stuff, a lot of biographies, just trying to stay sane. But I wanted to see if you guys had any comments about, in particular, about our politics, the new bill that came out, who's going to benefit, what the hell's going on in Florida, our California representatives. Nikki, you were saying something earlier about who's really representing and who's handling their business, you and Gia. What are your thoughts on California, Florida, and your president?
Okay, well, speaking of the president, I'll just say, I know recently, I don't know if you all got the thing in the mail, it said Trump's plan for coronavirus or something. It was like a little postcard, and it was actually created by the Centers for Disease Control. And it was just hilarious. I saw it and I said, what in the, I ain't gonna say what I really said, but long story short, that thing ended up in the trash. So
you said what? This what you said? What in the hell? What the hell is this?
What the hell is this?
That's what we said over here too.
And that thing went straight in the trash. We don't listen to him in this house. Like I said, there are people that are doing the work in California. I think the mayor, I'm really glad that Garcetti is like, no, this is not how, no, we're not opening up by Easter. No, we not doing that. And I'm glad the governor, both of them seem to be in line with what public health people know to be true. Like, you can't tell a virus what to do. Okay, the virus is going to do what it does. And I would say that from our perspective, we have always said it was not if, it's when. We knew that at some point, if it wasn't COVID-19, it's SARS. If it, so we've been through this before with viruses. They do what they do, and we can't tell the virus, hey, on April 19th, can you go away so we can have Easter? That's not how this works. So I'm just really glad that the county, the city, the mayor, the governor, everybody is really looking at what is important as far as the science and the public health issues in the background, and really trying to make sure the community is safe. So yeah, every day the county does press conference at around noon, and they stream it live on Facebook. I think they're starting to do it on YouTube. You hear everything, all the services, you hear what's going on, you hear how many cases we have, how many people have died. That's what you need to be listening to on a daily basis so you know what's going on.
And I also think it's important to listen to our local news, because I think if you get wrapped up in the big three, whether it's the CNN, the MSNBCs, even Fox News, that there's a lot of fear that comes with it. And it's a lot of, not saying that the information isn't needed, but I think watching our local news and doing things like Nicole said, watching those press conferences also gives us a homegrown understanding of what's going on. But also I would encourage everyone that's watching to start to go to news sources outside of our country, because our news sources sometimes have a certain agenda. And so doing things and listening to news from Italy and from China, because they are a lot more ahead of us in this pandemic than we are. So, using things like Google Translate to get Chinese news or Italian news, to see what they're talking about, I think is also really important. Not just utilizing our news sources. So, I mean, I hope that I actually got really emotional because I've been, like Tanya, watching documentaries and things, and there was a documentary on, we were watching a Frontline story on the NRA, and the NRA has kind of been pretty big in this pandemic because they've actually closed down all the gun stores because there was such an influx and a heightened sense of fear So all of the gun stores and shooting ranges in LA County have been closed. But they were speaking on the Sandy Hook case, and President Obama came up and was speaking about just how much of a travesty it was and all of this. And to see the emotion on President Obama's face and seeing how he cared for the people who were impacted by it, it brought me to tears, because I was like, we haven't felt that sense of feeling from a president in the last 4 years. Like, this sociopath is literally has the characteristics of, if I had to diagnose him from the DSM, he fits many of the criteria of a sociopath in terms of not having any feeling, not having any emotion for others, not having any regard of right and wrong. Those are the things, those are the makeups of serial killers and sociopaths. So to recognize that that's something that we have in our White House and is the one that is supporting us through this time is disheartening at the very least, especially when you juxtapose it with a president that was so emotional.
Right.
So,
you know, one of the things that drives me nuts is listening to people say, pray for our president. I'm gonna need y'all to pray for the people that have been harmed because of this president. I'm gonna need y'all to stop talking about pray for the president, support the president. Why don't you support the people that are out there on the front lines trying to find out the information while he's being disrespectful and disregarding the people that are being harmed based on his decisions. I'm tired of hearing these evangelicals running up talking about we need to pray for the president. This is a devil on earth that has been doing nothing but inflicting harm on people since he got in office. And I am so tired of hearing people talk about pray for the president. If I hear that one more time, it might not go well.
Right.
Because this is making absolutely no sense. Pray for the president. There are people that are dying, and then they want to run up talking about anti-abortion and anti-Planned Parenthood, but he can talk about, oh, if we lose 200,000 people, we've done well. Who in the entire hell says something like this on national TV and represents the entire nation? If we lose 200,000 people based on this virus, then we've done well. Are you kidding me right now? I am over the excuses that these people have. They were blinded by dollar signs when they elected him. And let's be clear, it ain't just white people, okay? When
you're right.
There was folks out there listening to, well, what's the worst that could happen? What do you have to lose? Well, we've lost a lot. Look at the dollar signs now. So for all of those people that want to have something to say about white people or people that voted for him, is some of you melanated individuals out there that thought your pockets was about to get fat based on what this president had to say, and you voted for him, and now you're trying to act like it was all the other people. People need to start taking responsibility for their choices and how we got into this situation. Acting like this man had any kind of sense, that he reads anything, that he understands, or he makes informed decisions is absolutely out of control. This is time for people to stop talking about pray for the president. Pray for the people that are being harmed by this president. Pray for
but also in that, Tanya, his approval rating is up like 13%. He's
absolutely,
at 13% now.
Absolutely, address that. Address that. So it's not just him. It wasn't just white people out there at the beach in Florida, okay? Some of you melanated individuals that are living in this world of conspiracy theories, acting like people just making stuff up. People are dropping dead. Ain't nobody making nothing up. We got to do better. This is absolutely unacceptable. We have to. A family friend of ours
just lost her mother because of due to coronavirus on Saturday. And so she's a Black woman, and she's a person that first of all, she's a woman. They're like, oh, well, there's more men dying. Well, she's a woman that died and was perfectly fine at Christmas. We spent Christmas with them, and now she's no longer here, and it's
unacceptable.
Well,
terrible.
Well, you know, I would just say people are dying, period. And we
Period.
shouldn't get into if it's male, female and stuff. We all know the president is crazy. And I think the people that look like us, like you said, Tanya, it wasn't really about lining your pockets. You have to remember that no matter what, some people just don't feel as though a woman should be in certain places. And I think that's why we really lost. We didn't get in the White House, the Democrat. It's because people, you got a lot of sexist people in America, and they won't come out and say it, but they are. And I think America's more sexist than anything else when it comes to stuff like, you know, leading a free world and things like that. So, and we have a long way to go when it comes to that. And you're right. The president is, you know, the stuff he says comes out of his mouth is crazy. And but I don't get caught up in those polls like you were saying, Sarita. His poll, his rating is up. That stuff I never get caught up in things like that, because that's anything. That's an opinion. That's somebody's opinion. And these people that are doing the polls, and they ain't got that much sense either sometimes. So I don't give that much credence when I hear that. Let's just continue to pray for, you know, for America, to pray that, you know, they get a handle on this virus, and we get up underneath it, and we don't lose a lot of lives, because we are going to lose lives, because that's just the virus. That's the kind of virus it is. So if everybody would just, you know, do what they should be doing. I know it's hard. This is a new normal for us. We're used to doing whatever we want to do, but we have to take ownership. We can't keep putting it on with this and that. We have to be adults, because a lot of us are adults, and we have to be adultish and do adultish things. And that means we have to stay inside, keep our families inside, and keep our distance from people. We have to do it. I just saw on the news and I think social media, some of these places, these businesses that were open, that were trying to provide a service for us as far as groceries and things like that. And you can see crowds of people, and that floored me, because I'm thinking, really, you guys? I understand you want to get out and you want to get your groceries and things like that, and I'm all for that, because I want to go out to those markets and get groceries too. But at the same time, I have to, when I do go out, I have to say to myself, okay, G, if there's a line, don't get all up on top of the next person. Keep some distance between you and the person in front of you and behind you. If they don't do it, I have to do it for myself, and I have to say something. Hey, you know, can you step a little back? You know, stuff. Because sometimes people, they do get caught up, and they forget. They're just out there just because they're used to being up on people. So we have to remind people that. But the little services that they are letting be open, letting us go to, we're going to screw that up too, because we all seem to, oh, that's open. We are going, and we all congregating instead of just getting in line, you know, and getting what you got to get and get out. So I saw a couple places like that over this weekend, and I don't, you know, it was on social media. So I don't know, again, some of the stuff we see on social media, is it really true, or did somebody take a picture from 4 months ago and post it and say this is happening now? You know, who knows? But things like
happening.
that. But
it's happening.
You know,
It's happening.
no, and I'm sure it is. You know, because we just don't know how to listen, but we want to blame everybody else, and that's what I find is during this time too. All these adult people who don't know how to be adults, and make a decision for themselves. They want to be told everything, and that's more amazing to me now than anything else. In this day and age, I still got to tell a grown person what to do.
Yeah, but I mean, Gia, if you think about it, Gia, and this is something I thought about earlier. This country has been built on the premise of independence. I do what I want to do. This is mine, me. So how do you have a society that's socialized that way, and now you expect everybody to act and care and consider other people? Like, it's impossible. You know, I saw the video about the birthday party not too far from my house. The girl, they were having a birthday party for a 1-year-old, and everybody's all upset about this woman having this party because the police came and broke it up. But I'm like, we are a society built on me.
You know what,
this
Nicole?
is my baby's birthday. So
Nicole,
how do you not expect somebody to change their
right?
You know what I'm saying?
I saw that video, and I was just so done. But I was more done at our people, because I think it hit home, because, you know, I'm in law enforcement, and I remember having to go out to calls and break up parties and things like that. and the rudeness and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, you know, it's like, really, you guys, you had a party and you decided to bring Ray
And
Ray,
you mad at
Ruby,
me.
Shanika, Shanae, all them to the birthday party. The kid's 1 year old. She's not gonna remember a 1-year-old birthday 5 years from now. So that right there, you know, I was just like, that was so ignorant on their part, and I was so this made me so mad. I was like, come on. And then y'all want to videotape it and put it on videotape and see, look at the police and stuff, you know, and then you're talking crazy to them. All they're trying to do is disperse people, and y'all want to get in their face and talk crazy, you know, and then if something happened, see what the police did. So yeah, you're right. It's
Personal
crazy.
responsibility. Yeah, you want to be all independent.
Yeah.
Take personal responsibility for your independent dumb actions. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Right.
but our society is not set. That's not how our society works.
Well, you know
right?
what?
So,
I'm not as sure about that. It's how we are raised, because
right.
some of us are raised to consider the people around us. Some of us are raised in a communal fashion. Some of us are raised to respect authority and to respect the lives of the people around you. Some people are not, such as our president. It's all about him. It's all about what he wants to do. It's all about what he wants to see. And there are plenty of people that support that. It's all about me and what they can get. Now, look what you got. Now,
And that's my whole point. It starts at the top.
Yeah.
So if the top ain't right, then why is the expectation for the bottom to be better than what the top is?
Man.
So and I'm not saying that what they did was right. What they did was not right, but I'm saying that we are asking people to do more than what the president can't even do. And so
right.
And I think that this is a great time for that to also be challenged. Just the redistribution of what is the top and what is the bottom, what is the 1%, what is everything else. I think in this moment, in this time, there's a reevaluation and everyone is on the same playing field, to where everyone is impacted. It's my hope, and it's a selfish hope. I wish that a zombie would have licked the president's face and he would have got corona. That's my feeling, but I think that everyone is being impacted, no matter if you're rich, poor, anywhere in between. And my hope is that we come out of this more of a balanced nation, and understanding and recognizing that this hierarchy that we've created for greed and for capitalism isn't serving us as a whole. And so hopefully in these silent moments, we can also recognize where you are in that hierarchy and start to have more of a balance.
So what have you guys been doing with your time? Have you found anything cool on Netflix, or what you watching? What's entertaining these days?
Ozark.
I tried to watch that tiger thing, but I was like, ooh, no.
I can't. The Tiger King, I couldn't get through the first episode. He is real ignorant.
I'm about to watch
Tiger
it.
King, I can't. Nicole, go on. Tell the people what is it. I can't.
So it's about, I guess, these folks that like to own big cats, like tigers, lions, and things, and they buy these big cats, and I guess they're highlighting these two guys. One is in Florida, and I forgot where the other one is. But they have these tiger farms, tiger zoos, I'm gonna call them, I guess. And you can come in and pay your little money. You can pet a baby tiger, and you can, so this whole industry and how kind of backwards it is. And I think they also highlight a woman whose job, or who has made it her job, to try to save these tigers. Like, these tigers shouldn't be in these cages. They should be allowed to roam free. And so she's like trying to save them. And then you got these two guys with these huge tiger farms.
She's just as crazy as they are. She's just as crooked as they are.
And she just has her own way of crookedness. But I couldn't get past the first episode when they showed the poor dead cows, and tigers are carnivores, and I can't, I have no issue with that. That's what they are. But I'm a vegan, so I'm like, oh Lord, they eat these raw cows. I had to turn. I was like, I can't do it. I was done.
When I realized that as a collective, they only had about 10 teeth, and they interviewed about 50 people, and there was only 10 teeth between the 50 people. That's when I had to check out, because I was like, ain't nobody got a full set of teeth in their head in this programming. And I can't talk to people who ain't taking care of their mouth. I can't listen. I feel like I'm getting dumber. So that was what took me out. For Nicole, it was the vegan. For me, it was the oral hygiene, or lack thereof.
Yeah,
Black Public Relations Society LA had a party and we watched Uncorked.
Oh, how is it?
So I'll buy some wine.
Oh, we watched that too. That was really good. I enjoyed
I'll
it.
watch that one.
Yeah, I also watched. We watched the documentary of Quincy Jones. So that was
Oh,
that was
yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, watched that. And then we watched something last night. You know, I'm not good with remembering the name of doggone shows, but it was something about stardom, 20 minutes or 5 minutes or something.
Yeah, 20 seconds from stardom, 20 feet
20
from
seconds of
stardom.
stardom. That was really good.
20 feet from
Background
stardom.
singers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was about background singers. That was really good.
That's been
so
out for a while.
Is that on
and
Netflix?
then of course, you know,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
And then I tried to I tried to watch The Banker, but I don't have Apple TV. So then my sister said, "Oh, your Fire Stick." And I was like, "Oh, okay. I don't know if we had a Fire Stick." And I found out we had a Fire Stick, but I guess you had to have the bootleg Fire Stick. And ours is not quite I guess bootleg
enough.
So I said, "Oh no, I'm not gonna watch." No, because I said, "Oh no, we don't have a bootleg, you know, because Jeff's straight and narrow, you know, he ain't getting nothing illegal. Jeff ain't got no parts of it." So I said, "Oh, I ain't gonna be able to see it right." But it's funny because, you know, Jeff's not the law, but he's like really a law-abiding citizen. I kid you not, you know. So and you know me, I do what I do.
That's what it sounds like.
So I said, "Oh no."
She talked.
Yeah, I know. I said, "Oh, no." I said, "No, I'm not." Well, we probably won't be able to watch it because we don't have no, you know, we don't got no bootleg one. We got to. So Jeff goes, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about?" Something. He said. I said, "Oh, we got a bootleg. We got a bootleg Fire Stick, Jeff." You know, I'm something funny, but we couldn't get it because I guess our bandwidth is not that good with the cable, so we couldn't see The Banker. So we got to work on that. 'Cause I do want to see that. But I've been really checking out. I've been also on these little parties and stuff. Last night we listened to DJ Denson, and we saw the Kim concert. We chimed in on that. And I really want to applaud these entertainers that are really, you know, going on live, giving us something to feel good about and take our mind off all this stuff. So the concerts have been really good. I missed Erykah Badu. I heard she's doing this too, but I haven't got a chance to catch her concert. But yeah, I've been, you know, jamming in the house, you know, partying, get my party on and stuff. So
I would
it's
highly
been fun.
recommend to everyone Ozark. If you haven't watched,
do
Ozark. The first, second, and the third season just came out. So if you're wanting something to watch Ozark.
What's that about, Rita?
Ozark is about a family. The main character is Jason Bateman. He's actually known as like a comedy actor, but he's a really good actor. And he's an accountant. And as a family, they get into some stuff, and they have to they live in Chicago, and they end up moving to the Ozarks, which is like the bottom of the Appalachian Mountains in Missouri. And they create this new life, and he then starts to work for a drug cartel. And all of the twists and turns that comes with being the accountant for the drug cartel, and he has to launder money for them. And it's not just him, his whole family is a part of it. So he has a wife and two kids, and you see how the family moves through this space. But Kevin and I finished it yesterday or last night, and the ending was just like completely unexpected. It was really good.
You know what's good is For Life, that show that 50 Cent produced on ABC.
Oh yeah.
We got into it. It's good. It's really good.
Okay.
I've been watching on a true story, so cases are pretty incredible. But check it out if you get a chance. Good job.
I've been watching 100 Humans on Netflix. Have y'all seen that one?
No, what's that?
It's more like a researchy. It's like a researchy type show. So they have 100 humans, and they do these different experiments and try to dispel certain rumors around age, around gender. So I watched, I think, the first 3 episodes, and it's really in a fun, kind of engaging way. It's not like boring, like, oh, it's really like cool. So I've been watching a couple of those.
Everything you do is cool.
I know, Nicole. I was getting ready to say the same thing. You watching something educational talking about it's cool, but I'm sure it is cool.
Right. Let her tell it. Any
Yeah.
have you been to any happy hours, any virtual happy hours that you've
Yeah,
had some fun in?
yeah, they've been really fun. I did one, our friend Nikki Allen from Give Me Body, she did one on
Yes.
Friday. That was fun. I had my Stella.
Yeah,
I bought,
I
I bought
missed
3
that
Stella
one.
bottles.
Yeah, I missed that when I was waiting for the link to get on, but I never got it. So then I looked up, it was like 8 o'clock. And I was like, oh shoot. I said, that's why I said that I missed the party, but I'll have to catch the next one.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
So Miss Nikki, we'll be looking for that book. You got anything else to let us know when we will be able to purchase it? What are we having, a book launch? Like give us a little something.
So I was gonna have a book launch, but the Rona done took my book launch away from me. So I'm thinking of figuring out a way to make it virtual.
Yes.
And hopefully we can do something in person. I'm thinking might make sense to do it in September around my birthday. But I'm editing it now. I'm going to get it back to the publisher. So we should be seeing a book in May.
Okay, sounds good. What else?
Awesome. We're looking forward to it.
What's going on with you, Miss Gia? What do we have to look forward to?
Really nothing. I'm gonna keep creating things. I'm still doing some, a few t-shirts. I'm coming up with some other t-shirts I'm gonna be doing, and just doing my little entrepreneurial thing, making things. So I'll be doing head wraps and t-shirts and jewelry, and trying to just keep myself busy and keep you guys stylish and stuff. Even though we're in a house, you still can be stylish in your house, and
right.
So that's pretty much it.
Do you want to tell them anything about sisters empowering each other?
Oh, actually, just a little bit, again, Tanya always makes you think that, you can do any and everything, and she's good at that. Well, she always does that to me. She'll send me stuff at 6 in the morning with an idea, and I wake up and I have a text, and I'm just like, I'm reading. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm all jazzed. Oh yeah. And then I'm committed to something, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, wait 1 minute. I don't understand. So we're working on something, another little umbrella of sisters empowerment each other. I'll just give you a little tidbit. It's gonna be like V2V, victims to victory. So Tanya and I are gonna have to, talk more, collaborate more on that, but that's gonna be something that we're maybe gonna come out with. It's all about empowering, because that's what I'm about and you guys are about. I'm about empowering others in their life's journey or entrepreneurial journey, whatever journey. I'm about that, and I think we need more of that. It should be a movement, because there's enough room at the table for everybody, and I'm one of these people. I want everybody at the table to eat, and if I can do anything to help them eat, I'm all for it. And I hope the people feel the same way about me, that I'm surrounded by. So we're gonna be working on more things for sisters and empowering each other, more merchandise coming out. And just hopefully once this Rona gets finished, we might put on some type of event, maybe a wine event or something that's sponsored by the sisters empowering each other. So if you know any women that, like to empower, want to be empowered, need to be empowered, it's a Facebook group right now. It's a private group. It's called Sisters Empowering Each Other. You can go and ask to join the group and hang out with us.
Very good. Miss Sarita, what's up with you?
I just had an idea. Gia, can you tell everyone where to get the mask from that your friend makes? Does she have a website?
The mask that I showed you, that's actually my cousin.
Oh yeah.
And she does have a website. It's called Bubby Lewis, BUBBY Lewis.com, and you can go there and get masks. I'm happy for her. She's sold out twice already on the website, so she's sewing along. She's by herself sewing. So I've been helping her out. I've been actually cutting the fabric, and I've been mailing her the fabric. So I told her that's how, I'm trying to get into sewing, but every time I try to sit down to sew, I get a call to do something else that I do. So I haven't been able to really sit down in the sewing machine and sew masks, but I figured I could help her by sitting her fabric and cutting the pattern, you know, cutting material for her. So all she has to do is sew. So I'm trying to do our part, even though we're not together. I'm helping out in that way. So, but yeah, it's called bubbylewis.com. Yeah,
And she
she
sold
has
out?
all kind of. She might have replenished. I think yesterday, day before, she sold out. But I mailed her a box of fabric on Saturday, so she should get it today. So she should be ready to go. And so, and also her and I, we collaborated, and we're giving out. She had some cool fabric that has to do with nursing, has a cool little saying about nurses. And I have a bracelet, a charm bracelet I made that says Nurses Rock. And you can get that on shopthemahoganybox.com, or you can get them from my Etsy store, the Mahogany Box on Etsy. So we're giving away 20 masks and charm bracelets to 20 nurses. So I'm excited about that. Just to say thank you for, you know, all the work that they do, doing, you know, all the time, and especially during this time.
Yep.
So
Very good.
So you got it, bubbylewis.com for the mask.
Okay.
And here again, you want to see a mask, here's one, pretty color. And then this color. And of course, also too, I have my t-shirt that I came out with that says social distancing. So I'm selling that, and that one you can find me on Facebook, The Mahogany Box, or on Instagram, The Mahogany Box. You can message me, and if you want to order one, and you can have a t-shirt that says social distancing, and I have it on a repeat, and then I have a few different versions of it.
Oh, so I am just getting and gathering information from different sources, and still seeing clients. I have some things percolating in my head right now. I don't know how they are formulating, but hopefully by the next time we meet, we'll have coagulated a little bit better.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I have a free webinar today for branding and PR. I want to make sure that everyone stays progressive in their business. So just join us. You can register, Sand and Shores, go to events, the registration is there. Just to make sure that I have any questions that you want answered, you can pop on in. But I think it'll be pretty interesting because I'm feeling a little loose tongue these days, so less structured. Got some things to say, but
oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I'm about to check. I'm going to click on just to bring you down. Yeah,
honest conversations.
You feel a loose tongue. That's not good.
Say that again, Gia.
I might have to go on just so I can, you know,
Wrangle, are you in?
Yeah, wrangle you in, because if you lose tongue, you know, ooh, Lord, I can imagine what that could be like. So
What happens when I can't get my workout in?
We've experienced it. So
right,
yeah,
I know what that looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for
Yeah.
somebody to ask me a dumb question, because it's you know, free speech these days. What did Nicole say? Is everybody's independent. My tongue is kind of independent these days, so you never know what it might say. I don't know. Check me out.
Ooh, Lord. Tommy McKenzie, independent tongue. Ooh, that's gonna be good.
Listen, I can't work out. I can't go to the beach. I have to use my platform for something.
You gotta do something.
So
I know.
So the webinar today at 4:00, if you guys are free, join me. It'll be open conversation. I got resources. I want you guys to, you know, do whatever you need to do to grow your businesses, to connect with the people you want to connect with, to move your brand forward. These are conversations that we have to have. We have to keep pushing forward. We have to keep supporting each other. And I'll do whatever I can to support. I've allowed people to use my platform to help their business. That's kind of what I'm here for, right? You ain't gonna, I don't have to not be here. I'm here, so I might as well be helping people
Right.
while I'm here. So hopefully you guys will be able to join in. What else? That's it. Catch me in the streets, trying to get my workout on.
You're not gonna be in these streets.
I'll be in the streets. Okay.
Okay.
No, I was literally running in the streets because this woman was taking up the whole sidewalk with her dog. Move over.
Oh,
There.
Tanya, I want to give you a shout out and thank you because that you requested a dress. You wanted me to make you a dress, and I made you a dress, and you got it, and you wore the dress, and you look so cute in the dress, and you posted the dress, and it was all over social media. And from that post, I got a few sales from you wearing the dress. So I want to say thank you for that, for rocking the mahogany box. Thank you, Mahoganyista.
Listen, I know where my I know who butters my bread. Okay, so anything you want me to wear, Mama, I'm all about it. But seriously, I think that it's important that we support those that support us. And it's what we do. And you make me look cute. I'm having my little mahogany box moment right now. So as usual,
very cute.
I had some earrings to match, but they broke. So feel free to make me some more of them.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's it. Until then, you know, you guys can always catch us on My Morning Coffee Facebook. And my socials are PR Biz Mom on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Gia, Sarita, Miss Nicole, anything else?
I'm the Mahogany Box on Instagram and on Facebook.
And I'm at Sarita the MSP on Instagram.
And I'm Nicole D. Vick on Instagram. I just changed my Instagram name.
All right, sassy mamas. Well, thank you guys for tuning in Monday, and we'll see you next week. Same place, same time.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.